like I've been thinking about this, and like, what is his ideology? We do not know. I am not saying this is what his ideology is at all, but I'm piecing together things that we do know for a fact, right? We know for a fact that he was raised in a Mormon home. We know for a fact that all his family is MAGA. We know for a fact that he like called himself a Second Amendment defendant in his yearbook quote. Like, that's not something left-wing extremists put in their yearbook quote. So until he was done with high school, he was generally, like his friends and everybody considered him a conservative. He did not go off to college and get corrupted or whatever the MAGA nuts want to call it. He went off to college, and when he was in college, he, I don't know if he met his lover in college or after college, but at some point he fell in love with somebody that right-wing people generally would not accept that relationship with. So I think probably what happened is, one, he got exposed outside his bubble. He got exposed to a world outside his little MAGA bubble. I think the heart wants what it wants. He probably did not think he would ever fall in love with a transgender person. I don't know what the trans person's pronouns are, so that's why I'm avoiding using them. So I think I'll just refer to them as they for now, since it's neutral. But he did not know what their he did not know he was going to fall in love with them. He could never see, if you had told him his senior year in high school, you know what, you're going to fall in love with this person that you think is the sun and moon. You're going to fall in love like you never thought, but it's a transgender person. Do you think he wouldn't have believed you? But there he was. And his parents are telling him how evil it is all the time. And he's listening to Charlie Kirk and right-wing pundits tell him how evil it is. And so I don't think that what he felt initially was anger. I think what he felt initially was a tremendous amount of inner turmoil. And, what we I don't find any fault in him falling in love with a transgender person. But his parents did. And all his mentors growing up did. And a lot of people that he really loved did. And if you have lived in America during the last 10 years, then you know someone you have had this kind of conflict with. Like where you just see them, like, not necessarily exactly, tit for tat kind of thing. I'm not saying everybody falls in love with a transgender person, but people and have fallen in love with, or the people and love that are MAGAs, to where there is this barrier between you. And it's like you either have to accept what they think or lose them. And those are your own parents. That's much harder, especially when you've had this religious upbringing where you're, like, told, honor your parents. It's like in the 10 Commandments and everything, right? So he's got this conflict going on. And on the one hand, he loves his parents, which is fine. And on the other hand, he loves this person that he met, which is also fine. But those two loves conflict with each other in his heart. He does not know what to do. And so he starts getting frustrated, and that frustration turns into anger. And then that anger finds a target, and that target was Charlie Kirk. And I am not saying, and please do not lie about me, I am not saying that means Charlie Kirk deserved to get shot. I am just trying to understand what would drive a person who had never been violent before to all of a sudden murder somebody. I do not think it was either because he was left wing or because he was right wing. I don't think it was because he was trans or because he was anti-trans. I think it was because he did not know how to deal with all that and he didn't seek help. But this conflict created in him by the very divisiveness that has come since the assassination caused him so much conflict because he had both voices in his head. It's like the devil and the angel on your shoulders yelling at you, and neither one will ever just shut up. So he goes out and he kills somebody. I'm not saying that's a justification. I'm saying that's the reason. At least that's what I believe is the reason. I could be 100% wrong. I'm not saying this is fact. I'm not reporting anything. I am just saying from everything I've read, the man has people he loves who are both left and right. I do not think that you can detract from that any kind of political motive or you know, political ideology. I think if you were to write a manifesto, I do not think it would be like a cohesive left or right leaning type thing.